I'm going to tell you why today. Oh, you're going to get your manifestation. You're going to get your manifestation. Doesn't that feel good? Doesn't that sound good? Time for you to start believing it. Hello, my fellow flawless, limitless, sexy, sassy, saucy HBICs. How are you on this lovely morning, afternoon, or evening? I hope you are all doing fabulous. I hope you are all placing your awareness on you living the life that you desire. I hope that's what you're doing. And if not, why not? What are you waiting for? Are you waiting for 3D validation? Are you? Well, what 3D validation are you waiting on? Because if you keep your awareness on, I'm waiting for validation, I'm waiting for validation, I'm not going to give a shit about this until I see something in the 3D, well, that's going to be the reality you keep creating. How fucking boring. What are you doing? Snap out of it. Put your awareness on what you want, the version of you that has your desire. That's what you should be doing, okay? Otherwise, let's jump in. If you are new, how you doing? I'm Kimberly. And yeah, I'm always like this, okay? Always. Why? Because I'm obsessed with getting what I want, and I like getting what I want. And the more knowledge I have about getting what I want, the better I feel, the more confident, content I am, the easier it is to maneuver around my 3D world. The better I feel, the more I'm trusting. Yeah, it feels good. And guess what? I get what I want. So I know that's what you want too. Otherwise, you wouldn't be watching this content. Who are we kidding? You wouldn't be watching it unless secretly you want something too, or someone. You do. Okay? You do. And for my regulars that come back and see me, my HBICs, I know you just want a zhuzh. So let me give you that zhuzh. If you would like to work with me in any way, shape, or form, all that information is in the drop box below. All of it. All of it. Meaning TikTok, Instagram, drop box below. My other YouTube channel, drop box below. Kimberly's Other Life. Coaching, channel memberships. And you might want to join one of them channel memberships, especially if you're someone that needs some damn encouragement during the week. You're going to want to join my exclusive lives group. That is the weekly zhuzh, and it is only a zhuzh. We don't want no sorry circumstances. We don't want to hear anything sad and depressive. That is a zhuzh group. We want only success stories. It is a success story or tips and tricks. That's it. I'm done. Let's jump in. Let me explain first and foremost why it is you're going to get your manifestation. And I know that's pretty cocky of me, but here's the thing. According to Vadim Zealand, each and every one of us, and if you've never heard of Vadim Zealand, he is the mastermind behind reality transurfing, okay? Now, Vadim talks about pendulums. Evil, destructive pendulums. I like the drama in that. It's a little drama. But pendulums like to, kick you on your ass and keep you asleep. Yeah. When you're getting into arguments, when you're getting into the bullshit of the 3D, when you're getting sucked into it, and you're believing in your 3D more, and you're believing that everything's working against you, and you believe that manifestation isn't working for you, you are getting your ass kicked by a pendulum and you're believing it. Okay? That's his perspective about manifestation. Okay? To me, I don't give a shit what we want to call it. When you're getting sucked into the 3D, you are falling asleep and you are paying more attention into the things out here that is a projection of you we're wasting time. And it's also you keeping your awareness on being a version of you that you don't want to be. So pendulums suck. Being sucked into things out here sucks. And this is where we are breaking the habit of doing that. Listen, if any of you are experiencing things that are not exactly what you want, and you've had a lifetime of not getting what you want, you have been relentlessly focused on the 3D world instead of realizing who you are and where you're placing your awareness. You can only experience where your awareness is focused. So, as Vadim says, the world is a theater of dreams in which God is simultaneously a member of the audience, an actor, a scriptwriter, and a producer. As a member of the audience, God observes the play that is unfolding on the stage of the world. As an actor, God feels and experiences everything in the same way as the character whose role he or she is playing. God creates and controls reality through the intentions of all living things. God placed a part of his will together with the soul in every living being and then sent them out into the dream, into life. God gave every living soul the freedom and power to create their own reality by the measure of their awareness. Do you hear that? Awareness. Practically all living beings omit to use the power of intention consciously and with clear purpose. In a state of non-lucid dreaming, it is as if they are vaguely aware of wanting something without really knowing what exactly. Their intentions are therefore blurred, vague, and mostly unconscious. In this respect, man has developed little more than animals. The pendulums have not only succeeded in taking away people's awareness of their own abilities, they have perverted the very meaning of life, replacing the notion of being used of God with worship, whereas in fact, the true goal of life and the idea of service of God consists in co-creation, creation together with God. Let me kim that down for you. Let me kim that down. God is in here. God's in me here, and God is in you too. If you don't believe in God, feel free to use the word you do. Okay? Universe, higher power, source, energy, fucking moonbeams. It doesn't matter. Okay? All right. Every single one of us has this within us. God. God gave us, I look at it as power through our intention. What we intend to experience. Not what the world says, what you desire. God gave us the ability to place our awareness, our thoughts, our focused attention. That is how we experience things. That's how we live our day-to-day life, where we are staring in awareness. Your awareness is not necessarily what you're looking at in the 3D. Your awareness is where you are up here. Where you are moment to moment up here. And if you are consistently looking out into the world and focusing on the things that make you unhappy, that are disappointing, that are frustrating, that are angering you, you're human, and I get it. We've all been conditioned to behave that way. We have all been conditioned to focus on shit. Now, granted, not every human does. There are some humans out there who do focus on the positivity of life. That's great. But anybody that's ever had a shitty experience has a small possibility of a chance that they're going to continue from that point on focusing on shit. And when we do that, as I call it, shitfuckerland, when we are staring and partying in shitfuckerland, we keep experiencing the same thing because that is where we are focused in our awareness. You can only experience where your awareness or focus, attention, and consciousness is. Now, God has given you the ability to place your focus, attention on anywhere. This is why you are allowed to change self, who you are. You are the child of God. Religions out here in the 3D have defined that differently. And for a lot of people have oppressed us. This is what it means when we are worshiping God. It's not that we are suddenly thinking we are better than and above like an evil emperor, empress against God. No. We are realizing, oh my gosh, we have been thinking of God wrong. God isn't here. God is not separate. God's in here. And God has given us the greatest gift of being able to experience exactly what we want. Exactly what we want. So where is your awareness as you're watching this video? Where's your awareness? What is it focused on? Is it placed on specific person isn't contacting you? Is it focused on specific person isn't calling you, texting you, asking you out for dates? Is it focused on specific person is contacting me, is talking to me, but they just won't ask me out on a date? Why won't they do that? They must only want me for one thing. No, but that's where your awareness regularly is, and that is why specific person hasn't asked you out. You've got to change your focused attention. You've got to change where your awareness is placed. Timed to move it from the same place you've been focused on and move it to the other side of the room. I like to think of a living room, like my own living room is consciousness. It's time to move my awareness to the other wall and focus on being the you that is experiencing your desires. And that will be fulfilled. That will be your experience out here. A question I get literally all the time. Kim, I've been doing everything right. I've been doing everything right. I've been doing all my techniques. I've been in the state. If you don't know what the state is just the version of you who has your desire. Okay. I've been in the state, or the state of the wish fulfilled, same thing. And SP just got with a third party, or SP says they're still not interested in a long-term, loving, fulfilling, committed relationship. So how the hell did that show up? Okay, if I've been doing everything right. Is that in your awareness? Is that what you're focusing on? Because let me tell you, an experience in the 3D really doesn't mean shit until you give it the meaning. You personally give it the meaning. So the way I see it, a more intelligent, a more fruitful way to look at that scenario is say, okay, I don't have to like that. I don't have to pretend that feels good to me. It doesn't. But it doesn't determine my outcome. It doesn't mean I'm not going to get what I want. I must just not understand how this plays. How this plays in the unfolding of my manifestation. Let me put my awareness back on what I want to experience. The version of me living her best life in a loving, fulfilling, committed relationship. Let me go back there. The version of me who knows who she is, what she deserves. Poop's agreeing. I'm going to place it back there. Because my awareness should not be in the place of they don't want me, or my manifestation isn't here yet. It's not working. Because you're going to keep getting more of that. It's really that simple. Where is your awareness? What are you aware of? Who are you aware of being? God has given you the ability to intend, to manifest, to co-create, whatever wording you like. It means if I place my awareness, my focused attention up here on what I want from the perspective of I'm going to have it or I already have it. Doesn't matter. That doesn't matter how you word it. It really doesn't unless you believe it does. And that's what you're aware of being. Okay, just saying. I'm going to have it. And I know I might not always understand how things unfold. Okay? I might not always make sense to me out here. But I know I'm going to have what I want. Don't get me wrong. This is not about being perfect. I say it, I think like literally every single video. This isn't about perfection. It's about what are you aware of? Is it more important to you to keep your awareness on, I haven't experienced what I want yet. It doesn't look like I'm going to get my manifestation. Okay, I'll keep my awareness and my focused attention on that so I can keep experiencing that in my 3D. Or does it feel better to place your awareness on, I'm going to get what I want. I'm always going to get what I want. I do get what I want. I can't believe I'm in the most loving, fulfilling, committed relationship. God, it feels good to be in love. It feels amazing to be in love. And it feels amazing to be loved by someone. Or SP's name, whatever. It feels amazing to be in that relationship. I feel like a unconditionally loved woman, man, whatever. I like that better. That feels better. I like knowing I'm getting what I want. Always. That feels better, doesn't it? I think I'm going to place my awareness there and I'm going to just know that I'm going to get what I want. This is manifestation. This is how to do it. A lot of us let our mind run amok. We keep our awareness on mess and mishaps, misfortunes. No. Stop that. You find it not easy to stop doing that? You better start a new habit of stopping doing that. Seriously. Come on. This is about seriously taking this shit seriously. Okay? If you really, really want something, you got to take this serious. Even through my sarcasm, you need to take this serious. God agrees with you. God is saying, yeah, bitch, you can have what you want. You want that boyfriend? You can have that boyfriend. You want that girlfriend? You can have that girlfriend. I want you to have that experience too. That is what God is saying to you. Because God has given you the ability to co-create with him or her. God gave every living soul the freedom and power to create their own reality by the measure of their awareness. Do you comprehend this? As you're watching endless manifestation content and then not applying it, this video is for you. You got to wake the fuck up and decide you're going to get what you want. And you're not going to accept less than exactly what you want. This is not about settling. In that sentence, did you hear I have to settle for less because that's what I'm used to? No, what God said is, or what Vadim Seelan said, God gave every living soul the freedom and power to create their reality. Where you place your awareness is what you will experience out in your 3D. Stop placing your awareness on the shit you don't like or the shit you're afraid of. Stop placing it in a really stupid place. And that's exactly what it is. It's a stupid ass place. God creates and controls reality through the intention of all living things. God placed a part of his will together with the soul in every living being. It is God's will for you to have your desire, whatever it is. If for 1 second, one of you out there thought to yourself that God wouldn't approve of your manifestation, you are making that judgment based off of something out there in that 3D. Either somebody made you feel bad about what you wanted, somebody used their own fucking morality to judge you, and you're listening to them. You do not have to explain or defend what you want to manifest. Are you hearing me? Most of what we have learned about God, how God has been defined for most of us, is through conditioned thinking, conditioned beliefs in that 3D, based off of another person's opinions. Okay? This came up in my channel membership the other day. All right? I think somebody needs to hear this. Ego desires. It doesn't matter what you're manifesting. It does not matter. I know that there are some out there who teach from the place that manifesting a specific person is an ego desire, and that's why you can't do it. I'm sorry to let you know and let that person know and let everyone out there, every manifestation could be defined by ego. Every one of them. Every manifestation you can name or list in my comments below, I am going to easily be able to show you how it is still placed in ego or defined by ego or a part of the ego. God didn't say there were certain things you can have and not have. God is experiencing 3D world shit. God is experiencing and living through us out here to have an experience. This is why we've been given the freedom to choose what we want to experience. Things cannot be judged as good or bad. God isn't judging things good or bad. Don't get me wrong, I've got my own definitions of what I think of as bad things. But to keep back up, wake up. Use the power that is within you right now. Whatever your desire is, it is God's will. It is God's intention that you get to experience it. But because God gave us the free will to choose, the freedom to choose what that is based off what you are aware of. You've got to choose it. You've got to select it for yourself. But outside of that, your manifestation is a guarantee. It's a 100% yes. If you keep focusing on it in awareness, you will have it. So on that note, I'll see you tomorrow.